So first things first, I need to design a wallpaper, so let's talk colors, aesthetics, all the fun things. I feel like I want to go preppier and a little bit more colorful for this customization. I'm definitely thinking pink and then also some sort of very soft green or blue, maybe like a seafoam green. So I'm going to start off by making some very simple patterns. I want to add a lot of fun elements like balloon letters and fun frames, but at the same time I don't want it to feel too busy because I don't want to be overwhelmed every time I open my MacBook, so I'm thinking about sticking somewhere in the middle in that sweet spot. So I'm starting off by making some very simple patterns in Canva, keeping it kind of minimal but also bringing in a little bit of that preppy aesthetic. And then I think I'm going to make two different versions. I'm going to make one pink and one green. I definitely want these wallpapers to have some nice dimension to them, so I'm going to be adding texture to all of these different patterns, very much like fabric-based textures. And then I'm going to kind of overlay them on top of each other and arrange them to get kind of like this patchwork effect. And then I definitely want to include balloon letters. I've been seeing that all over Pinterest and I've just really been in love with that look. So instead of getting your gold balloon letters from Canva, what you're going to do is go onto either Google or Pinterest and just look up gold balloon letters. So I have done that here on Pinterest, and then as an example, I'm just going to pull this E here. And then we're going to want to remove the background from this E. So what you're going to do, and you can do this totally for free, is you're going to go to remove.bg. And all you're going to do is just upload that image that we just downloaded from Pinterest, and then just go ahead and download it. And then we have our letter E right here with the background cut out, and it's pretty good quality, but if we want to make it even better quality, or if you downloaded an image that is pretty low quality, I'm going to show you how to upgrade the quality for free. So we're going to use an AI image enhancer for this, and this is the website you're going to go to. It's pixart.com/AI-image-enhancer. And if your image is low quality, all you're going to do is just upload this to the website and then just download it. And on the left is our letter E downloaded right from the background remover website, and then on the right is it with the AI image enhancer. So as you can see, there is just a little bit of a difference. It just makes it a little bit sharper. So that's just a really neat trick for you to cut out images and then enhance them completely for free. So then back in Canva here, if I wanted to upload that letter E, all I'm going to do is go over on the left hand side here and click uploads, and then go to upload files, and then we can just upload our E right from our desktop, and then it's going to appear right here, and then we can click on it, and then we'll have it right on our canvas. And then I want to bring in more of that nice gold color from the balloon letters. So I'm going to go back to elements on the left hand side and search up gold frames. And then this is how the wallpapers turned out. I am going to have these linked down below for you as templates so you can input your own images and initials. And as you can see, I left a little bit of blank space at the top and the bottom. This is where I'm going to put my folder icons. And now that these are done, I think it's time to download them and start customizing my MacBook. And then I'm in my downloads folder and I can see the wallpaper right here. So to set this as our wallpaper, all we're gonna do is just right click on it. On Mac, you can right click by just pressing the trackpad with 2 fingers and then go all the way to the bottom and click on set desktop picture. And then this is what it currently looks like as my desktop background. So it's looking cute so far, but I definitely wanna clean this up a little bit. So I'm gonna get rid of this stuff right over here. And I'm just gonna drag over it and then right click on it again, or press the trackpad with 2 fingers. And then I'm just going to select move to trash to delete them. And then I really need to clear up my taskbar down here. So first things first, I'm going to force quit any applications that I don't currently need open, which is most of them. So I'm going to go up to the upper left hand corner and click the apple, and then go to force quit. And then I'm just going to select any apps that I want to quit. And then this definitely helps to clean up my taskbar a little bit, but I think we can go a step further and remove a couple of icons from here. So to remove an app from your taskbar, you're just gonna right click on it and then go to options and then click on remove from dock. And then this looks pretty good to me. It's a lot more minimal, a lot cleaner than it was before. If you don't know, you can actually rearrange the order of the apps on your taskbar. So all you're gonna do for that is just click and drag them around. Okay, so we have set our wallpaper and we've cleared our taskbar and our desktop. So now we're gonna start customizing our icons. And let's start with the icons here on the taskbar. So for that, we're gonna go into Finder. And then make sure you have the images that you want to use for your icons downloaded and ready to go. So I have them all in this folder here, and I'm going to have these icons linked down below for you as well. I didn't create these, I found these on Pinterest, so credits to whoever created them. But I think for Notion, I kind of want to do this balloon animal icon. I think that's really fun. So what we're going to do is right click on it and then go to copy. And then over on the left hand side, we're going to go to applications and then find the app whose icon we want to replace. So in this case, that would be be Notion right here, and then right click on it, and then you're gonna go down and click on Get Info. And then it's gonna pull up this little menu here. So what you're gonna do in order to change the app icon is go to the smaller icon all the way up here and just click on it. And then you're just gonna paste, so do Command V on your keyboard. And then we can see that it has updated our Notion app icon to this fun little gold balloon animal. And then sometimes when you update it, it won't update immediately on the taskbar, so you might have to remove it from the taskbar and then add it back again in order to get that on your taskbar. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna right click on Notion, go to Options, and then go to Remove from Dock. But to get Notion back onto our dock there, all we're gonna do is just double click it to open it. And then you can see that we have our cute little balloon animal on the dock here. So I'm just gonna click and drag this over to move it. And then I'm just gonna repeat this same process for all of the apps on my dock. Okay, so I have set all of my icons for my dock here. This is how they are looking so far. And then I also took away some apps and added some new ones. So I think this looks really fun. Let's go ahead and move on to the folder icons, and we're gonna put those on our wallpaper in kind of these blank areas here. And let's start by making our folders. So to do that, we're just gonna right click anywhere on the screen, and then click on New Folder, and then we can type to name our folder, and then we can click and drag it anywhere on the screen to move it wherever we want. So I'm just gonna do this a bunch more times until I have the amount of folders that I want. Okay, so I've made some folders on my desktop, and I think I want to arrange them something like this, although I might change this up a little bit later. But now I'm going to add some cute icons and make this look really pretty. So to change the folder icons, we're going to follow the exact same process that we did to change the icons for the apps on our taskbar. So let's go back to Finder, and then go back to where you have your icons, and then we're just going to right click on the one that we want and go down and press copy, or you could just click on it and press Command C to copy, but then go back to your desktop and right click on the folder that you want to change, and then go down to Get Info, and then click on the little folder icon up at the top, and then Command V to paste, and then we have our cute little folder icon right there. So I'm just going to repeat these steps for the rest of my folders. Okay, so we have our folders created on our desktop and customized and looking really cute, but now we have to actually put some things in them. So to do that, go back to your Finder, and then on the left hand side, go over to Desktop, and then we can see all of our folders here. So I don't actually have any other files in Desktop. So I'm gonna go over to Downloads and just show you like as an example. So let's say I wanna move this image over to a folder in my desktop. So I am just going to click and drag this and then drag it over Desktop. And then it's gonna move it into my overall desktop, but then I wanna put it into a specific folder. So I'm gonna click back into my desktop, and I can see that image right here. And then to move it into a folder, I'm just gonna click and drag it right over the folder that I wanna put it in. And then that is just a very mini basic tutorial for organizing your files. So the last thing I'm going to do for this customization is to change the accent color on my MacBook, and then also to customize my mouse a little bit. So I want to make my mouse a little bit bigger, and then we can actually change the color, which is really fun. So I'm going to show you how to do both of those right now. Starting with the accent color. So for this, go into your system settings, and then over on the left hand side here, you're going to see this menu. So click on Appearance. So I'm just going to click on one of these colors to change it. I think pink would go really nicely with this theme. And then this is going to change the color of little bits of your MacBook UI. So things like highlights or toggles or buttons, little things like that. I feel like the yellow also looks pretty good because it matches the gold, but honestly, I'm feeling the pink a little bit more. So I'm just going to do that. So that is how to change the accent color. And then we're going to do one last customization. We are going to customize our mouse. So going back to this menu on the left hand side here, you're going to click on Accessibility and then click on Display, and then scroll down until you see Pointer. So we're going to focus on this section right here. And then to make the mouse bigger, where it says pointer size, you're going to see this kind of scale. All we're going to do is click and drag on this bar here, and then you can see as I move it to the right, my mouse is going to get bigger. And then for the colors, we can change the outline of our mouse as well as the fill color. So I think I still want to leave my outline color white, but I definitely want to change the fill color. So I'm going to click on it. I'm thinking I want to do a pink color to match the theme, but I don't want to do something quite this bright. I want it to be a little bit more subtle. So a cool trick is I can actually click on this color dropper tool, and then it's going to bring up this little circle, and this circle is basically going to highlight all of the colors that are on our screen. So if I wanted, I can pull a color right from our wallpaper. So I can just click on maybe right there, and then it's going to set my mouse as that actual color. And I really like the way this matches perfectly with my wallpaper, so I think I'm going to leave it like this. But we can also click around on this color wheel to select a color color, we can go into these little grayscale sliders here. We can just choose a default color. We can also click around this spectrum. And then in this option here, we can just choose a color from these little colored pencils. But yeah, so those are all the tricks I'm going to show you today. And this is the completed customization. I'm really loving this light pink and gold theme. I think it's really soft and pretty. And I just really love having it personalized with my initials and the photos. And that was my full MacBook customization. Again, here's the final result. I absolutely love it. Like I mentioned earlier, I have all of the wallpapers, templates, and icons that I used today linked down below, so they're completely free if you want to use them. I hope you found this helpful and inspiring for customizing your own MacBook. Subscribe for more fun tech videos just like this one, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next upload.